Well, I must be honest, I'd be telling a lie if I didn't say I was somewhat underwhelmed with Rochdale train station. As you can see, it's not anywhere near the town centre. But there is a tram stop. Well, welcome one and all to Rochdale. And as Freddie Mercury would say,
it's a beautiful day.
Yes, we've got Nye Bevan House in the background, something to do with the NHS. But after my underwhelming arrival at Rochdale train station, let's get into the town centre. As I wait for the tram into the town centre, please don't think I'm anyway infatuated with fire stations, but this is a rather jolly old one, but it's been converted into, as they say on one of the signs, a co-working space with a little cafe. And on the Rochdale-bound tram platform, this rather wonderful edifice, St. John the Baptist Catholic Church. I know it's pixelating because it's on video, but I have pointed out to the tram people on many occasions that if you're standing under the protection of the platform, you can't see the tram information because it's obscured by the platform roof. And here's a nice tram to Rochdale. Well, we've arrived in one piece and we're on the Lviv Bridge. Yes, it seems Rochdale is twinned with Lviv, and we're outside the resplendent council offices. And it's very nice, and near the centre of the town to have a little bit of nature and wildlife. The Canadian geese have come over especially for a wash in the river. And there's another chap there, standing, keeping an eye on whether the buses are on time or not. The rather futuristic bus station. Although how a bus station could be futuristic, I don't know. And as we amble along from number 1 Riverside, the council offices, we've got a nice little retail park thing going on here. And this is attached to the cinema complex, which seems to go on for, I don't know how, all the way down to the town centre. I couldn't risk videoing this. There is just so much that's wrong with it. And this is all part of the Rochdale Riverside experience. Right, enough of that. The town centre awaits. Please gird your loins. There is total excitement ahead. As we wander along to the centre of the town, the roll of honour is quite impressive. People who are born and bred here or lived here. We have the most famous possibly being Gracie Fields, actress Anna Friel, singer Lisa Stansfield, MP Sajid Javid. Then there's Colin Baker, he was one of the Doctor Who's. Kieran Prendeville, you might remember him from Tomorrow's World. Jimmy Cricket, and there's more. Oh gosh, Jimmy Cricket. Bill Oddie, one of the goodies and naturalist, of course. Julie Goodyear, she was running the... Oh, sorry about the noise in the background. She was running the Rover's Return in Coronation Street for many, many a year. And then perhaps there's a couple of the less memorable, such as Cyril Smith, who was the local MP, and Paul Flowers. Now, Paul Flowers, he's gone back into prison again, this time for embezzling £100,000 from a very good friend of his. He was initially jailed because he's the famous Crystal Methodist. And the Co-op, it has its roots here in merry Rochdale. Yes, the Co-op, it started in 1844. 24 working class gentlemen, in the days when people did actually work for a living, got together and decided that, well, people can't afford things, let's get together, make things more affordable, and the Co-op was born. I mentioned Paul Flowers in passing. He was non-executive chairman of the Co-op Bank for a while before he got himself into all sorts of trouble. The Co-op, though, unfortunately, it has transmogrified, another word for your dictionary, put it in, since its humble roots, because it's not really the ethical operation it now makes itself out to be. I mean, it has boycotts of just one specific country only. Prices aren't wonderful when all's said and done. And it's a little bit like, I suppose, a retail Green Party. It pretends to be something that it's not really is anymore. Now, I'm not too sure if this is some sort of specific Rotherham activity, the real cinema with putt and play. Is the idea here that you play golf and watch a film at the same time? I don't know, the mind boggles. And like anywhere else, let's go and have a look at the very impressive Wetherspoons. Look at this. Ironically, I presume it's the old cinema that has been converted because of the new complex beside it. I have spied a blue plate, so let's go over and investigate. Oh, poet, and I didn't know it. Blue plate, investigate. Oh, my suspicions were right about the Regal Cinema. Oh, look, little thing to Gracie Fields, who first performed here, so there you go. For those who have never been into a Spoons, this is one, and quite a big one as well. I couldn't resist, seeing as I missed Patrick's Day. There we go. Had to have one of those. And next door to the impressive Wetherspoons is Hogarth's. Whatever Hogarth's is, in another repurposed building. Nice to see they're not just being knocked down and replaced by concrete leviathans. And a bit of Malibu next to our Gracie's, which of course they're bound to play on the Gracie Fields thing. This one shocked me actually for a minute. I didn't read it right and I thought it might say rims at the butts, but no, I won't go there, won't go there. Little market thing in progress, but customers, they are not many. And we have some Canada geese enjoying the sunshine on the River Roch. Yes, very appropriately named. Well, this is the Dale of Roch, hence Rochdale. And the river flows. It's been opened up only the last decade or so. It was all covered over. And when they did townworks improvements, it's nice to see it there. And now let's reveal, let's go architecture mad. There we go. The old town hall. Let's go over and investigate. Some official blurb to go with the development, charting the 1300s medieval bridge right up to the 1900s, where both the bridge and the river disappeared totally from view. But they've now fixed that. Now, while I'm not in the least complaining about the weather, it's against us. This is a rather large open space right next door to the old town hall. And just look at that for a restaurant. The Flying Horse Restaurant suits me in my architectural obsession. I hope you can see this now because the sun's in my eyes. Church on the hill, and then the side of the truly wonderful town hall with the clock tower. Very impressive. Opposite the town hall is the once main post office, now to let, which that's a good sign because it means they're not going to knock it down and put something up instead. And here we go, the town hall in all its magnificence. Absolutely wonderful. And as we do the usual look up, this tower never seems to end. And there's the clock at the top. And some lovely embellishments here on this little mini tower. And as we walk down along the front, sorry about the converging verticals. I haven't got a sign or head over the blanket camera with me to stop that. Quite beautiful. And little golden lines up there. keeping an eye on what's going on. And hey presto, I've spied a blue plate. Let's go and investigate. I have a feeling it's a Gracie Fields one, but let's not mock before we have a look. There we go. Yes, the town hall is the real deal. No wonder it's grade 1 listed. Shouldn't be grade more than 1 listed. Fabulous building. Wonderful stained glass windows on the right hand aspect of the town hall, which I can't show you sadly because they're on the other side, inside, for best effect. And opposite the town hall, wonderful open spaces, as you can see. Yes, carbuncles in the background, but who are we to complain? And this area is used for commemoration purposes, of course, and a commemoration to men and nursing sisters of Rochdale who died in South Africa between 1899 and 1902 in the service of their sovereign and country. And I bet this kid's asking, hey mummy, that's not a good tablet, I can't get my Disney on it. And just one little view from the right hand side of the town hall. I wonder who these chaps are going to jump on. Divisional headquarters for Rochdale Police. Not perhaps the most pretty of buildings. This is what they call a council taking some civic pride in their street furniture.
Oh, lovely. Does look nice, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Isn't it beautiful?
I'm just waiting for these peregrines, mate, to get these eggs laid.
Well, I've been welcomed with open arms into the town hall, and just look at this. This is just the entrance hall. Some lovely stained glass windows, and just look at this roof, or ceiling should I say. Let's continue up. This is just magnificent. To a degree it's mind-blowing if I'm being honest. I've been told that what hides behind this door, through the keyhole, is just something that's going to be a little bit mind-blowing, according to the ladies downstairs. And oh my giddy aunt, just look at this. This is breathtaking. My little camera doesn't do it justice. And a pipe organ over there. Rochdale Pipe and Organ Works. And more wonderful stained glass windows. And we'll just go back to, as I mentioned in a prior video, we'll just go back to the mural. And I hope you can see this. This, what I call was the mural, is actually a picture of the Magna Carta, which, as everybody knows, when they ask, where is it signed? At the bottom. The lights are being hung onto for dear life by some angels. There's even some imposing Miriams, as we call them. That's gargoyles. I've just been informed by somebody in the know that these stained glass windows around the Grand Central Hall, there's none there, we'll just nip over to the side, are all, well, 36 of the kings and queens of England, all in stained glass. And as you can see, great detail. Had to go to King Edward. It's named after me when all's said and done. And there's Oh, I'm Henry VIII, I am. That's Henry VIII. One of the King Edwards. And Queen Elizabeth. All in fabulous detail. Digging and finding plenty of archaeological specimens that maybe, if I get a chance, I might have a chat with the chief archaeologist who's actually in the building today.
The town hall in the probably late 1860s. There would have been a manor house here called the Wood. You can see that in some of the early maps. I think I've got a tithe map somewhere.
Yes, it's the tithe maps that everyone says.
So you can see it there on the map. So that is, as I say, 18th
And that's
century.
the church that still exists. That's at the top.
That's
of the hill.
St. Chad's, yeah.
It rings,
yeah,
it rings
St.
its
Chad's,
bells
yeah,
every Sunday.
Yeah. So
forever.
we probably sit within what's the medieval centre of Rochdale there. So this.
Here we go, the cheat's way to have a look at the town hall. A model of it that's actually inside the town hall. I was told when speaking outside with one of the locals that there are 2 peregrine falcons that are actually resting and nesting in there. So I shall investigate that further. As I finished off that little clip about the street furniture, you may have heard me answering somebody, and I was indeed. It was a lady who was talking about the peregrine falcons that have been nesting outside the clock tower in Rochdale Town Hall since 2008. And what's showing at the moment is the live webcam that's there. The link is in the description of this particular video if you'd care to have a look, and you might be able to catch them for yourself. Not too sure what the best time to catch them is, but do have a look, have a log in. Usually round about lunchtime or late lunchtime, they tend to be fairly active. Order, order. Here we are in the mayor's chair in the old office. It's not the one they use nowadays. There we go with the royal cup of tea. I have to do this. This always used to annoy my family. Ah, cheap plastic. Hey. And then some mayoral robes. And pictures of old. Try and get the reflection off. And there's somebody, I hope they don't give out to me, but it looks like it's been painted by a 15-year-old or even younger. Dating back from 1911, the Rochdale Vintners. Although, yes, I'll leave it there. And there had to be a little homage somewhere to the co-op, I suppose. And now we're wandering up into the main town centre. Automatic bollards, yes, tell me about them. Sorry. Again, my fascination with architecture, as you well know by now. With the perfunctory carbuncle in the background. Let's go and wander up the town and see what other wonderful carbuncles there might be. Or decent architecture, let's be honest, let's be fair. I can hear an orchestra in the background. This is named The Walk. Good idea if it's a walk, I suppose. And if you look round, well, yes, it is a walk. And there's some people walking as well. What more could you want in a walk except people walking? I love the name Merker to describe a gambling den, because those of you who do Wordle, which is something I don't understand, it's not far away from murky. There seems to be a fascination with butts in this town, although, well, yes, let's move on. That's nice, but I think I'll pass. This is very London West Endy to me. Just seems a little bit out of place, really. Oh, that's sold. That's all right. More choice, more savings, more opportunities to rent empty buildings as even the pound businesses go out of business. Just for information only, this is the main pedestrian thoroughfare up through the town. Oops. Yes, civic pride at its best. Why not chuck it on the ground when there's a bin nearby? Much better to chuck it on the ground. And quite busy actually, fair number of people wandering around. I won't go into details on the shops because they're nearly all just a rich mix of charity shops, vape shops, charity shops, vape shops, gambling dens, and of course, some more vape shops and charity shops. What? Me cynical? Never. We have Fashion Hub here, which is all the stuff from Yves Saint Laurent and all the other fashion brands. Just £2, missus. If you want to buy some cash, this is the place to come. Sorry, I know he doesn't mean that. A1 Fashion, I just hope they're not flogging stuff that's fallen off the back of a lorry on the London to Edinburgh Road. No, I have to confess, I haven't the remotest idea what a dost cut is. And that's as we come to the end with automatic bollards again. Oh, that gives me a pain. And disappears off into the distance. It's not a particularly big town, let's be honest. But what they're trying to do... Oh look, a little bit more Tudory stuff. And there's the view down as the sun sets. Well, it's not setting, but the sun starts to go down. Where modern brutalism ends, we have a little bit of traditional white lining. And for those of you wondering, yes, well, I found out where Heath's brother has gone and hidden. In Rochdale. Oh, I say, there's a very posh Three Balls Emporium. And that appears to be it. We've run out of town. This is the throbbing retail heart of Rochdale, the Rochdale Exchange. I think I should leave it there, folks, don't you? In fairness, there is a market attached, open Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays, which, sadly again, good intentions, but not perhaps the busiest market in the world. It's a shame these traders don't get more support. The more active end of the shopping centre. In fairness though, this is a Wednesday, and traditionally in Lancashire, although it's now Greater Manchester here, Wednesdays did tend to be half days, and that hangover still applies. I was tempted to go in and start an argument with H, or whatever his name is, but I thought I'd just leave it. The weather's too nice. And here's a fabulous old door and surround. What's that all about? Oh, let's have a look. Oh, it seems to be Wallham's, Deacon and Manchester and Salford Bank Limited was the entrance. I have it on good authority, i.e. some local passing by as I looked in the window saying this is quite a pleasant place to eat. And a little bit of interesting graffiti, unexpected. Well, not graffiti, I mean it's a special mural painted. Afraid I'm too lazy to go up the bank today with their, oh look, politically correct stairs. But you can't go up them. Equally, you can't come down them. And there's some stories about hidden heritage here in Rochdale, which I'm sure there's plenty of, because it was, when all said and done, part of the Industrial Revolution. And then there's our bid, as long as it's not rabid, or it's related to Graham of Cilla Black fame. The bids, of course, all over the country. And the back of Spoons, the Regal Cinema. It reveals some of the usual modern-day retail emporiums, such as Taco Bell, and there's a Nando's in the distance. Pioneero Lounge. With some old buildings nestling here, just minding their own business. Go ahead, make my day. Yes, we've got a Tribes with a Z. or as an afterthought, unless it's called Tribes. And this is real modern day retail valley. They're all here: Superdrug, River Island, New Look, H&M, Boots. Well, of course, Boots. You've got to have that stupid statement wellness somewhere, otherwise it's not retail, isn't it? And JD and Deichmann. And, well, Greg's at the bottom, Marks and Spencer's, the whole lot. What will you discover? That's nice of them to ask. I've just simply discovered that my feet are aching. Well, that's it. My little wander to Rochdale, all done and dusted. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.